Hello everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge. Alright everyone, I realized that I waited too long to make this video. What the heck? What is up with Jen? But that's okay because I think it's going to end up making the months work out better next year. But every season I have been doing anticipated book releases, and the last one that I did was only through August. So I forgot to make one for September, October, November. So instead we're going to do October, November, December. I'm still going to call it fall anticipated releases because technically I think fall goes until December 20th, so I'm not like completely off the mark with it. But I can't believe I forgot to make this. This is one of my favorite videos to make because I love seeing the books that are upcoming. This video won't be too long because I'm not going to go into too much detail about each book. This is really just kind of a catalog for you guys of all the books that are on my radar for the next 3 months. Heavily featuring October. Like for October, I have 20 upcoming releases that just I am interested in. That's not even including everything else out there. So yeah, heavily focused on October, of course, because since I read a majority of indie releases are usually only shared about, a month or less ahead of time. Like some of these books I just have very vague, like kind of when they're going to come. And some of them are coming very soon. So yeah, it's very exciting. It makes me happy to be able to share these with you guys. But we're going to start with October, and we'll have October, November, December. All of the books that I am mentioning, if they have a pre-order page up, I will have it linked down below. Something I always say when I do these is that I know a lot of us use KU. I think KU is a great resource and it does help authors. No matter what people say, KU definitely helps authors. There are a lot more authors who have had to leave KU just because of whatever. But if you are able to, pre-ordering a book definitely helps an author. It lets them know how excited people are for it, and it also gets them some help on the front end of getting their book put out. I've heard some authors say that depending on pre-orders is how some authors pay for their audiobooks, and it's also how they know how much to spend on advertising and stuff like that. So again, this isn't a push to try to pimp these out to you. I mean, it kind of is because that's what I do as a booktuber anyway, is pimp books out to you. But if you are able to pre-order any of these, I will have the links down below to do that. Some of them even have paperback pre-orders, which is awesome. Great to get those as well. Some authors usually even have their books for like $1 or $2 less for the pre-order campaign, which can be really great. And if you are able to do that, then you actually get books delivered to you whenever it is midnight Eastern time, which is a kind of a cool thing. Like if you happen to live on the West Coast, you would get your book at like at 9:05 p.m., which is great. I know not everyone can stay up late like me, but like for me, when I pre-order a book, I get it at 11 p.m. and I stay up till 2 most nights, so I already made a good amount of progress on a book if I do that. So anyway, enough rambling on the front end. Let us dive into these. So I don't have these books in chronological order. They are just in the order of me doing my digging and what I came up with. I have most of the dates written, so I'll tell you what it is, but I'm not going to have them in order. We're just going to go. And then when we get to the end of this, I do have a grouping of books that don't have a solid date, but the authors have said we will get them by the end of the year. So this is what we have so far. So for October, we have Madam by Sarah Kate coming out on the 12th or the 13th. I think it's the 12th for this one. I could be wrong because I saw, yes, this one is the 12th, but this one is coming out soon. This is going to be the last book in the series from what I've heard. I believe I saw that like written somewhere that this will be the last book. Not to say she won't have possibly a spin-off series from this one, but this will be the last one in the Salacious Players Club, which is crazy, but I've absolutely loved this series so much. A War of Ruin and Reckoning by Lana Pete is supposed to be out October 2nd. I'm really hoping we get a cover reveal for that soon because that's coming up really quickly for that. That is going to be the 3rd book in the Season of the Elf and the 9th book in her Fae Guardian series. I'm Your Guy by Serena Bowen, October 10th. This is the next book in kind of her standalone like hockey universe. This is an MM romance, and it was pretty well set up in The New Guy, the first one, so I'm looking forward to this. These Two Wrongs by Jay Wolfe. This will be the next book in her Savage Academy series, so book 2 in Savage Academy. I can't remember who this one is about, but I liked Save One Thing. It was pretty good. So this one is These Two Wrongs. One Chance by Lena Hendricks, October 23rd. Boy, I'm excited for this one. Her covers have been absolute fire, and this one will be the 3rd book in the Sullivan series. Don't Forget Me Tomorrow by A.L. Jackson. The cover reveal for this one was also just revealed. This one is so beautiful. This one, I believe, is supposed to be a best friend's sister or best friend's brother. I can't remember which way that it is, but this one is the next book in her Time River series. Like, look at that gorgeous one right there is the first one. I love this series, honestly. Silent Lies by Neva Al-Taj is coming the 27th of October. This is the 8th book in her Perfectly Imperfect series, which, wow, I love that she just keeps going with those. Of course, we have Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This will be out on the 13th. This is the final book in the Chestnut Spring series, but I believe her next series will be a spinoff from this. I was just seeing her do some teasing in her stories that there's going to be a spinoff for the next series that gets kind of like teased at the end of this one, which of course she would. That'll be great. But this will be Bo and Bailey, I think is the heroine's name. This is going to be an age gap fake fiance scenario. A wounded warrior with PTSD. I am here for it. I am hopeful. I'm hopeful that we're going to make this another 6-star read, but we shall see. We have Caught Up by Liz Tom Ford, which is coming out on the 10th. This is going to be a great one. I saw the covers for these, and I think the hero like wears glasses is what I saw. He's so cute. I'll have the picture up right here. Looks amazing. This one's a single dad romance. It's going to be fantastic. So excited. The Stars Are on Our Side by Jennifer Hartman is coming October 3rd. This one connects with like Lotus and Still Beating. So that one will be releasing. I think Bloom is releasing that one, so that'll be exciting. Good Game by Madison Fox. So I can finally say this. I had kept it a secret until like more was coming out about it, but I actually have read a beta copy of this. I was a beta reader for this one. I was so happy to do that. I was so honored that Madison asked me to do that. So I definitely will be reading a finished copy though, because this was the first book I ever like officially was beta reading, where I will get to see kind of like some changes implemented. So I'm excited to see what like changes were made and what the final product was, because I had a really good time beta reading it, but I had to keep it. I kept it a secret when I did it. I beta read it in the beginning of September, and I enjoyed it a lot. King of Greed by Anna Huang. This will be the 3rd book in her King of Sins series. I think it's the Kings of Sin. Yes. I'm actually currently reading King of Pride. I know I waited forever, but it's nice that I waited forever because now King of Greed is coming and it will be here before we know it. So it's going to be great. The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy is coming on Halloween. It's coming on October 31st. So this will be the first book in one of her spin-off series from all of her other previous series. I think this is supposed to be a children's, like the children's series. I believe so. The Best Laid Plans by Carla Sorensen is coming out on the 2nd of October. I actually have an ARC for this one, and I didn't realize it came out so soon in October, so I need to read this soon. To Ravish a Rogue by CM Nescosta is coming out on the 24th. She also just had a cover reveal for this one, and she said it is a nod to Joanna Lindsay, and boy, doesn't it. Definitely looks like Gentle Rogue cover. But this is a, like, I can't tell if it's a merman or what he is, but I know he has, like, a tail, a scaled tail, so this is going to be good. And she is a siren of some kind, so yeah. Obsession Falls by Claire Kingsley is out on the 12th, and this is going to be the Haven Brothers series. I cannot wait for this. I'm so excited to have a new book by Claire. I know she's been writing a lot slower lately, but I also think that she mentioned she's writing on like the third book in the series already. So I wonder if this will be more of a rapid release than we know. And she just wanted to get a good ways into the series, which could be good for us. It could be good for us for sure. So then I have 2 books to mention that don't officially have release dates yet. But the authors have said they're aiming for October. Okay. So we have Grimstone by Sophie Lark. We don't even have a cover or more for this one yet. But I know that she has said both to me and like on her socials that she's aiming for early October for this one. So we could be getting more information on this very, very soon. But even with my insider plug, it's been told that it's going to be the beginning of October. So I wanted to get it on this list just in case, right? And then His Darkest Desire by Tiffany Roberts. I didn't know that this was going to be a series, but His Darkest Craving came out a few years back now, and they have His Darkest Desires coming, and they haven't listed a day for this one yet, but because they're not quite finished with it, but they've said they're aiming before Halloween to get it out. So just wanted to share it. We do have the cover, and they haven't shared a blurb or more about it yet, but I try to read everything that Tiffany and Robert give me. So there we go. So those are going to be the like confirmed books for October that we have. Now we have like much smaller amounts of books. So we have our November books coming. So just announced the other day is Some Winter's Evening by Erin Langston. This is going to be a novella in the series, and it's about Gavin Sinclair, which I believe is the heroine's brother from Forever Your Rogue. And this looks adorable. I still need to read the other novella that she has put out that's kind of like a prequel novella. But this is coming out November 1st. And I don't like to read a ton of like Christmas novella or Christmas themed books, but this one I will be reading for sure. All right, of course, we have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. When I put up my question box, I had like 6 people say Fourth Wing. I didn't tell people to recommend me ones I wouldn't have heard of. So I understand why so many people put this in, because we're all really excited for Fourth Wing. I have pre-ordered a copy of it, and I will get the audiobook the day that it comes out. And I can't believe it. It's like less than 2 months away already. I'm so pumped for it. I need to reread Fourth Wing. But it's not Fourth Wing. It's Iron Flame. You guys knew. I put it up there. Fourth Wing number 2. Iron Flame. Why did I write down Fourth Wing? I don't know. But we know. I put up the right picture of it. Do Your Worst by Rosie Dannon. So Rosie Dannon hasn't had a book out in a couple of years. This one is, I think, supposed to be like a roommate situation. I don't know. I do have an arc for this one, so we'll be reading this one soon. The 14th it comes out. The 7th also has Murtagh by Christopher Paolini coming out. That is too funny, actually, because both Iron Flame and Murtagh come out on the 7th. So that is going to be a dragon-filled spectacular that day. Which one am I going to read first? Oh my gosh. That is something I'm not prepared for. Which one of those am I going to read first? Damn. That's not something I want to think about too hard. Anyway, Because of Her by Julie Ann is coming out on the 2nd of November. Trick Shot by Kayla Gross. This is also a little like Christmas novella. It's supposed to be cowboys, and it's MMF. And this one is out on the 1st of November as well. Calamity by Constance Fay. So I asked for this one because, so I have an arc of this one, and this is going to be Tor's new fantasy romance imprint, which they are going to be doing books by Juliet Cross. They have Krista Broadbent signed on, and they have a few others as well. And so one of the first like arcs that they put out on NetGalley for Bramble is Calamity. And so I'm really interested in trying this one. It's like a science fiction, fantasy, those different things. And I'm excited to see what Bramble has to offer with this, but also I've never heard of this author before, and I'm excited to give it a go. Now, also for November, a book that I don't have a date for sure, but I checked with the author last night. Thank you, Ashley, for giving me the scoop. Ashley Mack has plans for one more full-size book to come out this year. She also maybe will have another novella coming as well, but it will be called Heart Set, and we don't have a cover or any more of that, but it's going to be a spin-off from Heart to Take, or Heart, I can't remember what the first one is. It's going to be a spin-off from this one, so very excited to read that. All right, now we have our December books. We have God of Fury by Rena Kent is coming on the 6th of December. This one is finally going to be MM, and I'm so excited. This is going to be Brandon and, oh shoot, his name just went, Nikolai and Brandon, and I am just like, oh snap, this is going to be so good. I cannot wait for it. If there is any Rena Kent I'm excited for, it is this one. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. Second Dukes of Charm by Kate Bateman is coming on the 26th, so not until after Christmas is that one coming, but this one will be her next series. This will be the first in a new series for her. There is Broken Dreams by Corinne Michaels. This will be the next book in her Sugar something, I don't know, but Forbidden Hearts was the first one, and Broken Dreams is next. Twice Shy by Heather Guerrero. This will be the 4th book in her Tooth and Claw series, which I really fell in love with at, what was it, last year at this point, or the beginning of this year? I can't remember. But this one is going to be another wolf one, it looks like, and I can't wait to read more because I have loved all the books so far in this series, have been just so cozy and comforting, and having it come in December will be the perfect time. Hoarded by the Dragon by Lillian Lark is set for the 29th, and this is another one in the bathhouse like matchmaking series that she has going on, so excited for that. I really enjoy her monster romance quite a bit. All right, and then 2 books that are tentative for December, but one of them, I'm not holding my breath, but you guys always like shake a finger at me when I don't mention it, so I will. A Dance of Smoke and Steel does not have a release date. But like, it's like the publishing company just has to keep pushing it. So it currently will say that it's set for December 1st, but the author herself says like it is not done. So it does not have a date, but I decided to mention that just in case you see it and someone wants to say it's coming. And I'm like, there's no guarantee at all. That is a date the publisher has set. The author has not finished the book, so we won't have that. Then I just saw Julia Wolf's newsletter, and the 3rd and last book in her like billionaire trilogy is coming, and that is P.S. You're Intolerable. And that one will be, I think it's supposed to be Elliot, right? Is that who's left? I'm not sure. Either way, I'm excited for it. I'm on her ARC team. I love everything that she sends me. It makes me so happy. So there we are with that. Then we have a few different things that don't have any date mentioned at all. They could be coming really soon, or it could be later, or it could be next year. But I just wanted to touch on them. So one of them is Carrie Ann Cole's next release. And I know I don't talk about Carrie Ann Cole a lot. She is someone that I have liked in the past. I've read a few of hers. I haven't read everything, but I have read a few, and I've liked them. And so when her newest release was available to like sign up for an ARC, I went ahead and did that, and I can't remember what it's called. I'm putting up a picture of it right now, and it has been moved 3 times, which after speaking with some more like hardcore fans of Carrie Ann Cole, they said that this is nothing new. She often pushes this, often pushes her books. So like, I think it's been pushed from like August to September, and now it currently is saying October, but the reason why I put it in the we don't know phase is because it's moved 3 times before. So who knows, but hopefully it will come by the end of this year. I don't know, but I am signed up for an ARC of it, and I believe that I was approved because like I was supposed to get it and then they moved it. So we'll see what happens with that. But that one is a maybe. There also is currently 2 untitled Kresley Coles that are supposed to come this year. One of them is supposed to be a novella, and one of them a full-length novel. I follow, of course, Kresley Cole's stuff as well as Naomi, her assistant, and I know there's supposed to be some announcements coming for it. So hopefully we get that. I will be on top of it as soon as we know. Also, Elisa Braden has confirmed-ish with people that the next book is supposed to be out by the end of the year for her next Midnight in Scotland series. It will have been, I think, 2 years since one has come, because one came in the Christmas way at the end of the year of 2021. So it will have been 2 years since we've had one from her. But that's another one that I remember being a really quick turnaround for that book as well. Like, it was announced and then it was out really quickly. So as soon as I have news on that, I will share it with you guys, but that's a maybe. We also, Pam Godwin has a dark romance trilogy that she has said is almost done being written, but she works with a publishing company. She works with someone. They're an indie publisher, but she works with someone, and she wants to have the complete trilogy finished, and then they want to have the audiobooks done because she's planning to do a rapid release for her books. So it's not for sure that we would get all 3 of those this year, but whenever she starts it, she told this to me to my face when I was at North Iowa Book Bash, that she doesn't like to tease people out. She's like, I know that I'm going to write a trilogy. I know that that's tough for people. So when I announce the trilogy, like, all 3 of the dates will be ready. It will be all done, and it will go out like monthly. Because since she's using a publishing company, they don't really like to do rapid release like week after week, but it would be like boom, 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 month after month, there would be them. So we don't even know more than this one's supposed to be an MMF from what I've heard, or is it Why Choose? It's at least an MMF. It's going to be in Alaska. It's going to be like kind of a survivalist situation maybe with it. Those are the different hints she's dropped. So I know that it's getting close. I know that it will be coming, but that's what we know right now. And so I put it on the maybe list because the way that that sounds is like once it's done, it's going to be announced and it's going to be coming quickly. So just something to keep on your radar. And then finally, Jess Wisecup has promised us that we will get Between Fear and Favor by the end of the year. She hasn't set a date. She's really not doing like date stuff anymore because after she had to move a book, she just feels less pressure if there's no date set. But she's promised us we should get it by the end of the year. So I want to put that out there. We already have a cover for it. This one was originally supposed to come in August, but then she ended up writing Feathers from the Sky and just like fell for that book instead, which I understand. I love that she fell for the book and she went for it, you know? It's good stuff. But yeah, so those are all the books that I'm interested in for October, November, December. I would love to hear which ones you're most excited for, if there's ones you think I missed, or just what you're excited for. Let's share it down below. And again, I will have links in my description to all of the pre-orders for the books that have a pre-order available, and I will update this possibly like in the future as more of them become available, but that's what I have to share with you so far. So thank you so much for watching this. It means so much to me that you tuned in, and make sure you give this video a like. Give me some fun emojis down below, even if you don't have anything to say. It really does help me with the YouTube to have interactions with the video. So don't be a silent watcher. I know even if you're watching on your TV, you can hit over and hit like. Do that to support the channel if nothing else. Thanks so much for watching, friends, and I'll see you next time.